If it's all digital, won't you lose it anyway? Hi everyone, I'm Leo Notenboom for askleo.com, where I've been a proponent of digitizing and digital technology for a very long time and probably, hopefully, for a very long time to come. Let's start with the question I was asked not that long ago. I had thought about everything being digital. Is there a chance that important information can be lost? From important and historical information to irreplaceable pictures, etc. I was holding a picture of me from 1980. Yes, genuine film. Had there been digital scanners and fast enough computers back then, the 5¼ inch disc would have been unreadable by today's drives. The disc would have probably had errors if you could find a used hard drive to even read it for your precious memories. Never mind historians, scholars, and the young storing all of their Facebook information in the cloud. I use external media in more than one type. I don't know anyone who backs up a single thing, no matter how many speeches I give them. Yes, it is true. Digital information can be lost in a heartbeat. It's incredibly easy to lose what you have saved in digital information. And your comments about backing up are, in fact, the solution. Because digital photographs, digital information, digital records have something that no physical media can. And that is the ability to be duplicated trivially and without any loss of fidelity. So when you duplicate a photograph, an old photograph, be it a paper photograph, a negative, a slide, or whatever, no matter what technique you use, there will always be some loss of fidelity. It may or may not matter to you, but it's a fact that there's only one original copy, and it is always the only original copy. When it comes to digital information, well, as we know, it's trivial to make bit-for-bit identical copies of whatever digital information we have. So if I take a photograph and I copy it to my computer and I back it up and I send it to a relative, all of those copies of that photograph are identical. Unless, of course, I've gone in and edited them, which, of course, is another part of the process. But the key takeaway here is that the information is identical when you back it up. And that's what you can do so much more easily with digital information than you can with paper or film. Back it up. Yep, you can make a backup copy of your film. You can make a backup copy of your paper print. And if you haven't, I certainly strongly recommend that you do so. I'm in the process of doing so myself for my old photographs and slides that I have. But that comes with fidelity loss. There's no way around it. Digital information, trivial to copy, and most importantly, trivial to back up. Now, one of the things that I hear from folks is that they're concerned, of course, about losing their digital information. Even though it is so trivial to back it up and not lose it, that's what they're afraid of. Let me tell you a story. When I was 9 years old, we opted to go visit my grandparents in the Netherlands. It was my first time on an airplane, big deal. My mom, of course, was looking forward to visiting her childhood home because her parents still lived there. The night before we arrived, there was a fire. So, of course, we ended up having to stay somewhere else. The house wasn't completely destroyed, but it was severely damaged. One of my grandfather's hobbies was photography. And you can imagine what was lost in the fire. The single and only copies of photographs, negatives, whatever else he had been using or saved or produced with his hobby. And you can imagine that he was, at the time, one of the earliest photographers in his area. So there was probably some information, some photographs of true historical significance there. They're gone forever with a fire. So my takeaway from that is that, yeah, you can lose digital information, but guess what? You can lose the paper stuff too. You can lose the negatives. You can lose the slides to fire, to disaster, to whatever. The only solution to that is to make the best copy you can, and the best way to do that these days is digitally. And if you're already taking digital photographs, if you're already saving digital information, be it photographs or videos or documents or important records or whatever is of value to you, the thing to do, the thing that being digital allows you to do, is to make copies. Make backup copies. Make copies to an external hard disk, make it to another machine, copy it to the cloud, whatever is appropriate for you. In my case, my photographs, including the digital copies of these older photographs that we still have that I've been very carefully digitizing, I back them up like 5 different ways. They're that important to me. Of all the digital information I have, they are one of the things that are the most precious because they are irreplaceable. I copy them onto my machine. As soon as I take photographs, they get uploaded into the cloud using Dropbox. They get downloaded onto other machines here at home. There are multiple copies in multiple places. They are all digitally identical, so it doesn't matter which one I lose or which one I use. The bottom line is that I have everything backed up multiple different ways. It would actually take a huge disaster across multiple continents, probably, in order for me to actually lose a photograph that I've taken. So my takeaway, as I said, is that yes, digital information is easy to lose, but it is easier still to back it up than the old physical paper, slide, or whatever technology you've come to rely on in the past. Consider using digital technology to back up those important memories. For links to related articles, for any updates, for comments, and more, visit askleo.com/10784. I'm Leo Notenboom. This is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.